What a game. Trashy ass game, right? Shit, I haven't seen a game like that in so long. That shit was like being in the dentist or some shit.
You think Wilson's gonna have to answer some shit?
Russell Wilson's trash, man. I love Russell, but he ain't what he used to be, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's kind of late. Let's get these people in the East Coast up. A lot of them got to work tomorrow. What's going on, y'all? Live from the Silverton, me and Sportsbook Jeff here. Ready to kick some MLB playoffs, MLB series. We got a late start tonight. We was watching the football game tonight. Trashy football game between the Denver Broncos and the Indianapolis Colts. I mean, it don't get no worse than what we experienced tonight. Overtime became a little exciting. I don't know if you got to watch it because I know you fell out there. But it was trashy. But listen, we want to talk to you about MLB. You know, the Yankees got to buy, obviously. The Dodgers got to buy. Astros got to buy. And who's the last team with the buy?
Braves.
And the Braves got to buy. So we got Wild Card Weekend. So that's what we're going to touch on for y'all. It's Wild Card Weekend. We're going to break down these games for y'all and give you the leans on the series. So let me get this paperwork up here so we can snatch up all the information that needs to be opened up. Jeff, we're going to start off with the first series between the Tampa Bay Devil Rays or the Tampa Bay Rays versus the Cleveland Guardians. Two teams that changed their name in the last 5 years. Rays with 86 and 76. The Guardians with 92 and 70. These wild card games are all being played at Cleveland. So y'all got to understand, it's not going to go 1-1-1. It's 3-game series, best of 3. All the teams are going to be home. So we starting off with Tampa Bay at Cleveland. Talk a little bit, and then I'm going to give the pitching matchup for game 1. But when I say Cleveland versus Tampa Bay, what's the first thing that pops up in your head, Jeff? Move it a little bit.
Well, I can tell you that runs are going to be at a premium. The pitching is going to be first class both ways. I think that they're going to be tight games. Probably not going to be a lot of action in these games. We did see that Cleveland played the Rays at the end of the year. They took 2 out of 3. They won the season series 4 out of 6.
4 out of 6, yeah.
I will also tell you, I think the big advantage in this here probably goes to Cleveland is that they had a pretty decent home record. I think they won 51 games. The Rays were 11 games under 500 on the road.
Yeah, Cleveland, to be exact, was 46 and 35 at home, but you were close enough.
Right. So, but
what's going on, peoples?
I think it was 35 and 46 for the Rays, the exact opposite.
Yeah.
So I think that there is a home field advantage here for the Guardians. I think it just comes down to is can they put enough runs on the board to win this series?
Right. I love Tampa Bay experience. I love what they bring to the table. I like Shane McClanahan, a tough lefty. Guy went 12-8 this year with a 2.54. And they got Tyler Glasnow going in game 2. But we don't know what he's going to bring to the table because he's been out most of the year.
Well, knowing the way Tampa uses their starting pitchers, he could be a starter, go 3 innings, and they do their.
So you think that's how they're going to do Glasnow?
They very well could.
You know what? I think I'm going to agree with you because you don't put him in a spot like this to go get you 5-6 innings.
Correct.
And I know that's game 2. We got to focus on game 1. Who do you like game 1? You got Shane McClanahan and versus Shane Bieber. The Bieber.
Well, I mean, you got 2 guys that are perennial Cy Young type pitchers. So, I mean, we could have zeros going to extra innings in this game.
Indeed. So,
but I think the key is, though, Tampa and all their key guys were not hitting at the end of the year.
Indeed.
They slid. They could have had the 4 seed. They slid all the way to the 6 seed. So, I mean, that's why I think, in my opinion, and I'm not going to go game by game, but just by the series, I see a tight series. It probably goes 3 games. But in the end, I like the Guardians to move forward.
I know coulda, shoulda, woulda. You know how we feel about that. But I really think if the Rays can get game 1, I think they win the series. And that's not easy. And that's not saying that's guaranteed because all the games at Cleveland. I mean, Cleveland can lose game one and just win the last 2 games at home, and that's ball game. Game, set, match. But game one is so important, especially for all the road teams, but especially for the Rays. If McClanahan could go there and get game one against Shane Bieber, I think the Rays win. So I'm going to lean on the Rays.
I think the Rays
on a tight series.
I think the Rays are going to see
Move it a little bit.
The Rays are going to figure out after this playoff that they're going to have a superstar. They don't have a brand name, and you do have brand names in
They
Cleveland.
got Franco. I mean, they're trying to make him a superstar.
Right, but he's not there yet.
But they got a lot of real good players. How about the kid they compare to Mookie Betts?
I'm saying this is the playoffs. Okay? And put this way, you didn't need a star player. The Dodgers wouldn't go out and get all the players they would, or the Yankees wouldn't. They have nobody. I'm just saying, the Guardians...
How about the MVP of the playoffs last year?
For which team?
Rays.
The Rays were in it last year.
No, I'm saying when the kid they compared to Mookie Betts.
You talking about Azarina? Well, I know Azarina. He's an ex-Cardinal. What's he done for you lately?
Right.
220?
But you see how he stepped it up in the playoffs.
I'm just saying he had 1 year. But I'm just saying that's not a superstar. You've got to have a superstar if you want to win.
Right.
The Rays don't have it.
Well, he has superstar potential, but like you said, he laid down this year. So that's out the window. So
he didn't lay down. That's what he was in St. Louis. That's what he was going to be. That's why they traded him.
I'm not going to buy that,
They
Jeff.
traded him because of 2 reasons. They have all these outfielders coming up.
That I buy.
And number 2 is he opened his mouth in the dugout in Atlanta after the Cardinals put the 10-run first inning and put that shit on social media.
Right.
That's why he was bye-bye.
Okay, I buy that, but the guy got the tools. The guy got an arm. He can run. He's just a remake of Mookie Betts, but I'm not going to say he's Mookie Betts.
He's not Mookie Betts.
He has to become Mookie.
He is not Mookie Betts.
No, but I'm saying
he'll never be Mookie
He's
Betts.
a poor Mookie Betts in my book, but this bad year made it really bad to say that.
He's an outfielder, a star in this league, as long as he's hitting, okay, but he's never going to be a superstar.
I'm going to disagree with you. All right, so who you got? You got the Guardians?
Guardians.
I'm going to say the Rays, although I need game 1 to really win this series, but I can't have it both ways. So I'm just going to say the Rays sneak them 2 out of 3 at Cleveland. Let's go to the next series, which is his team here. You got the Philadelphia Phillies versus the St. Louis Cardinals. And we got Zach Wheeler, 12-7 with a 2.82 versus Jose Quintana, 6-7 with a 2.93. Now the 6-7, it kind of fools you because his earned run average is really good. Who do you like and why? I know who you like in the series.
Well, no, I'm
but
just
tell
gonna,
the people
I'm just going
why.
to say that, I mean, the Phillies, I mean, I'm going to give this real. The Phillies are a live dog. The edge that the Phillies have here is their starting pitchers in game 1 and game 2, being Wheeler and being Nola. And Nola's been pitching very well. Wheeler's had his way with the Cardinals in the past. The Cardinals got to get to the bullpen. I mean, if you get by the first 2 starters, okay, the Cardinals are going to win the series. If the Phillies win this series, it'll be in a sweep. Okay, they have to win the first 2 games. Now, that's going to be easier said than done. It's going to be very electric in St. Louis. There is going to be a huge home field advantage. Okay, but another thing is the 2, I guess the MVP and the runner-up probably being Goldschmidt and Arenado stopped hitting about 3 weeks ago. So I think that the Cardinals are too experienced for this Phillies team. I think the Phillies are capable. I think the Cardinals find a way to advance.
Yeah, Phillies have to get something out of Wheeler and Nola to have any chance in this series. And with these great St. Louis Cardinals hitters, Goldschmidt, Arenado, Newbar, Carlson, Pujols. I mean, the names just keep coming. I mean, you can't even forget Yadier. I know he's having a bad year hitting, but we all know he can get the big hit, right or wrong, late in the game. I think the Cardinals just got too much going on for them right now. And with this Pujols 700 thing, I don't think they want it to end here. It's not going to end after 1 round. No way, Jose.
I'm not ruling it out. Okay.
I'm going to rule it out.
I'll be honest with you.
I'm going to rule it out.
I think that if you're going to get the Cardinals, you're going to get them early. Okay, but the Cardinals get by this round. Remember, they've only lost one divisional series in their existence. They're like 9-1 in division series. So, that look out Braves.
And another thing, if the Cardinals get to game 3, they face a lefty who they murdered this year.
Suarez, Ranger Suarez.
Which they murdered. So if Philly's got a chance to win this, move in, Jeff, they got to be able to see your whole face. Philly's got to win 1 and 2. That's the only thing I'm saying.
If the Phillies don't sweep, they don't win.
Yeah, they got to sweep. They don't sweep, Cardinals advance. Me and Jeff like the Cardinals in this one. We on the same page. Series 1, we on a different page. Let's go to series number 3, Jeff. This is a good one. You got the Jays and the Seattle Mariners.
Right.
Tough series here. I mean, I could go either way. You got offense and you got better pitching on the other side. You got experience and non-experience. Castillo versus Manoah game 1. I mean, I think this might be the best pitching game as far as having two of the best pitchers going at the same time in the series. I mean, you could say Darvish and Scherzer, but I like this one better. Who you like and why?
Well, I think the first thing you got to realize is this is the first time that in the last couple of years when Toronto's been in the playoffs, they've been able to actually host a playoff game.
Facts.
And there's a huge, I talk about the home field again, home field in Toronto, it might be really extra special because they have not been able to host the proper playoff games the last couple of years. They've had to go somewhere else to have these playoff games.
Right.
So it's going to be an electric crowd out in Toronto. I mean, Seattle, to be honest with you, lost their mojo probably 10 days before the end of the year and was really backed into the playoffs. They kind of had it locked up, but they backed in. I think they did get the big boy back, Julio, out in center field.
Julio Rodriguez,
I know one of my
rookie of the year.
One of my guys filled in quite nicely for him. So I mean, it's just going to come down to this. I think that the Toronto, I picked to win the AL East this year. They underachieved. They got their second half. They got it together. I believe this is a learning experience. You have to go through a certain, process before you go and win a World Series. Seattle has not been through it. They will be back. But Toronto, I believe, wins a very entertaining series. They could go 3, but I'm going to say goes 2.
Right. Well, Luis Castillo, I think, will win game 1. The kid's a stud. The kid's a fucking stud. The Yankees should have picked him up. Castillo was only 8-6 with a 2.99, but that tells you very little of how that guy goes out there and just takes over a game. Manoah's very good also, but he benefited off those big bats. Though he had a 2.24 earned average, which states that he's got a great earned average. He's got great stuff, but I'm not going to compare him to Castillo stuff. Castillo is a beast. I think Seattle clears game 1, and you got Robbie Ray to try to get that other game. And who do you think they will put in game 3?
Well, I'll be honest with you, Al. I disagree with you. I don't think the Mariners get game 1. I've seen the line up there for the game. Okay, if Castillo's a better pitcher, you're not going to get a plus 120. So I'm going to say the Jays.
But remember, they're playing in Toronto.
Doesn't matter. A plus 120. You got the game up here at the Phillies. You still have minus 102.
Right.
With a better pitcher. You by far is a better pitcher. You get a plus 120 now.
I'm not going to say by far because Manoah's having an incredible year. I just think Castillo got better stuff than him. But if you look at statistically, Manoah's 16-7.
Don't forget this: Castillo's never pitched a playoff game.
Okay, you could say
that.
Got
no experience.
But I don't think that matters with a guy like him.
Oh, it matters.
Not with a guy like him,
I can show you a lot of pitches.
No, I know what you're saying.
And
the bright lights come on.
A guy that had more shit than he had.
Dog, bright light come on. But this kid I seen him myself go into the stadium twice with all the lights on him and shut my Yankees down. Right. When they were hitting, when they were scoring 8-9 runs a game.
But you're Yankees. I'm just saying, I've seen Castillo pitch for years in Cincinnati against my Cardinals. He's hit and miss. I'm just telling you, I don't think he's that big of a pitcher that you're making him out to be.
He's a stud.
I've seen him too many years.
You wasn't talking like that when the Yankees missed out on him.
I said he's the best one in the market. But I'm just telling you.
All right, then. That's old and weight.
I'm just saying Castillo, I've seen him over the years, okay? He pitches up and down, up and down, up and down, always.
All right. So it's going to be up tomorrow. It could be if Castillo goes down tomorrow.
Bet the plus 120 tomorrow. Trust me.
Yo, if Castillo goes down tomorrow,
and it would not be.
Hold up. If Castillo goes down tomorrow, the Jays would definitely win the series. Castillo goes out there and does what he does. They get a 1-game lead. I can see the Mariners sneaking it in Game 3. We got different opinions. That's the beautiful thing about what we do. We're not always going to be on the same page. Just like now, I keep telling him to move in, and he keeps moving out. So we're not always on the same page, but it's my man, but we're not always on the same page. So I'm going to say Seattle sneaks it out. Don't put no real money on it. I don't love this. I love the Cardinals, but I don't love this. It's just my opinion. So if you're going to put money, put it on the Cardinals. You understand what I'm saying? Put it on his team. I'm being biased about his team because they're not going home after one series with all this Pujols, Yadier Molina, Adam Wainwright retiring. They are not sending them home after one fucking series. That is not going to happen. So put your money on the Cardinals. But like I said, in this series, I like Seattle. He likes the Jays. Now let's go to the all-important 4th series. And all my New Yorkers, I know y'all listening to this because a lot of y'all Met fans. And we got the San Diego Padres at the New York Mets. And we starting Yu Darvish 16-8. Not we, but they starting Yu Darvish 16-8 with a 3.10 versus Maxey 11-5 with a 2.9. Where do we start with this series here, Jeff?
I tell you what, I think the Mets season ended in Atlanta when they got swept.
Woo!
I think Atlanta took their heart. You've got a Padres team that's ultra talented, has the pitching to match the Mets. Scherzer is not 100%, and believe me, I know that. He went to my high school. I can tell it. Okay. I've heard things about the Mets talking about the next series already. They're pitching, they're holding back DeGrom and not pitched them in Game 2. So they're already overlooking the Padres. And I think the fact that the Padres have all the pressures on the Mets and not the Padres here, I think that this is a very good situation for an upset. So I'm calling for the Padres to go to New York and upset the Mets and go on to play LA.
Okay. This series I got a funny feeling about. Like, it just feels like the Padres are going to win. I cannot tell you why. I just told Sportsbook Jeff that Mike Clevenger is going to miss the series more or less, right? Or at least the first 2 games, correct?
They have so much pitching over there as much as more than the Mets.
No,
right?
I know that. But I'm big on Clevenger being in that rotation. Mm-hmm. If you ask me, Al, who you want the ball with in this rotation, a lot of people might go Musgrove, who've been shitting the bed in the second half. Darvish, you already know he hit and miss.
Yep.
You know, Snell's only going 5 innings.
Right.
And Manaea, you don't know what you get out of him. I mean, they're all good pitchers, but they all got like their lumps. I think Clevenger is the most solid pitcher on their staff. But even with Clevenger, the possibility of him being out, something's telling me, Al, leave the Mets alone. And I'm not hating. It got nothing to do with hating. It's a straight feeling. And I don't think the Padres did all this shit to get bumped in the first round, bro.
I think you're going to see Soto, who's underachieved, play at an MVP
come
level.
out, right?
Soto's going to come out.
Machado's coming out. Will Myers.
The Padres match up.
Got the better hitting. They definitely got. And they beat them this year.
I think the Padres won the season series too.
4-2.
Yep, I think
4-2 they beat them, so they know how to beat the Mets. Now, one thing I could say, if Scherzer is Scherzer, meaning he goes 7, let's say 1-run ball, they get game 1, My thing is, what are you getting out of Jacob deGrom? What did you hear the latest on deGrom? Because I love deGrom, but he's not 100%.
100% either.
He's not 100%.
I just think that for some reason this just isn't the Mets year. You know, everybody thought it was, but you know when things like this happen, it's a learning experience. Can't buy championships.
And where the Mets are going to get offense from, Jeff? Marte is out.
I'd pitch around.
They're going to pitch around Alonso.
I'd pitch around Alonso. I mean, you got Marte out. You have the batting champion McNeil, but McNeil's a punch and Judy hitter for the most part.
Right.
I mean,
Escobar hasn't been really doing nothing all
Escobar had
year.
a good game.
I like him though.
But I mean, Escobar is not the guy that's going to carry you. I mean, really, it comes down to Frankie Lindor. I mean, if Lindor is having his A game, okay, maybe. But I mean, I keep going back and forth looking at the Padres, and you know, I just think the Padres match up too well with the Mets.
And this is a scary series because they've beaten the Mets, 1. 2, Scherzer and deGrom are not 100%. And for them to win this series, they got to shut down the Padres. Yep. And I don't see both of them going 7 one-run ball. I don't. Maybe one of them might be able to pull that off. I don't see both of them. And if they get to a game 3, that means the Mets are going to have to go either Carrasco or Bassett, right or wrong.
Yep.
Padres to get to any of those guys.
Here's the best way to attack this series, guys, from a betting standpoint. If the Mets lose game 1, they're going to lose the series. So I can tell you right now.
Bet the house on the Padres.
So what I'd probably tell you to do, if you want to bet the Mets for the series, okay, you'll give them the lowest price, be about $1.70, okay, but then come out and bet heavy on game 1 on the Padres on the money line, and then once you do that, you're going to get the value from that point on. So you're going to know what's going on. But I can tell you that
he said Bassett's going game 2.
Only if Scherzer wins game 1, he may not be going game 2. Elimination game.
Right.
This is all contingent upon Scherzer.
Yeah,
winning.
deGrom's gonna get the ball if Scherzer lose game 1. If he's 100% or not, X, they're gonna give him the ball. No, that's how it's scheduled, X.
If they win game 1.
That's how it's scheduled. But trust me, if deGrom don't get the ball this series, they're gonna come down on the Mets. He's not 100%, but he's good enough to pitch. If Scherzer lose game 1, deGrom getting the ball game 2. But if they win game 1, they don't have deGrom for game 3.
My opinion, too, I'll give you on Showalter. I get why he's doing this. He's thinking ahead, trying to get him the best shot to beat the Dodgers. Yep. But as a coach of 23 years and played in a lot of national tournaments, the one thing I had to learn is I don't go home after I learned this with the big bullets left in the gun. So what I had to learn was I line my guys up.
Got to.
Big dog number 1.
X, listen
second
to this.
Big dog
listen
number
to this.
2. Next one number 3. I'm not going to have any excuses. But if I pitch somebody else and play some games,
X, you're not going to put Bassett in game 2 if you're down 1-0. And they fucking put up 8-9 runs on them. That is not going to happen. deGrom will get the fucking rock on game 2 if Scherzer loses game 1. Now, if Scherzer wins game 1, then they're going to ship deGrom to game 3 because the bullets could be used for the last game.
But
you ain't going to not put him in game 2.
Scherzer allows you to put him in game 3 to possibly have you win a game 2 and save the Dodgers series. But if you don't win game 1, there's not a chance in hell that deGrom's not going game 2.
Who you leaning on?
Like I said, I like the Padres, and I'm gonna call for the sweep.
Wow. You heard it for Sportsbook, Jeff. I don't like this series as much as I like the Mets. I think this was the worst possible. See, when you don't win the division, they put themselves in a situation, Jeff.
They did.
Because now you got to face the Padres and the Dodgers. And the Mets ain't beating both of them with both of their best pitchers not 100%. I'm sorry.
And they haven't been all year.
I don't see it.
Year, and that was my biggest concern with them all year long.
I don't see it.
And
X, I know you're a Met fan. I appreciate you still, you're cheering your team on. Don't get me wrong. They can still win the series. Like, we're not saying they can't win. Scherzer win games 1, and I mean, they off and running. Me and Jeff, I got a funny feeling that the Padres are going to win. He don't have a funny feeling. He's just calling it straight out. So we both leaning on the Padres, but that's not to say the Mets can't win, whatever that means. I'm just saying.
And the Padres got momentum. They've been playing good ball the last 3 weeks.
I just think what makes more sense for baseball is to see the Padres play the Dodgers and beat the Dodgers. I mean, that'd be the best case scenario for baseball.
Wow.
Yeah, that'd be the best scenario for me. The best series would be Mets and Dodgers, but they would love to see the Padres beat the Dodgers, and that's just the bottom line. Jeff, thank you as always. Great work. You gave your leans. We're coming back on tomorrow. So let me close it out real quick. Right. Say your piece. Say your piece.
I just say, like I said, guys, I know I went against a few of your teams tonight, but I'm just being realistic. I mean, I've been going against my Cardinals. I don't like the 1 and 2 games, and I told Al this, with Wheeler and Nola, so I'm not trying to be biased. I'm just being straight.
All
trying
day.
to keep it real.
The raw truth, baby.
But I just think that sometimes it's just your time. And the one thing I will tell you this in conclusion, I believe the team that wins the World Series this year, okay, this was the funny thing is going to have to go.
Gillespie said he got the A's in 5.
Every single team's going to have to go through. The team that wins it's got to win against a team that won 100 games, 3 of them, especially if you're in the National League. Okay, we've had more teams with 100 wins than we've ever had. So, I mean, overall, my World Series prediction, which I'll give on here now, is I don't think anybody's beating Houston over in the American League. I can see the Guardians upsetting the Yankees in the next round with the pitching, the timely with Ramirez.
But we're going to get there, Joe.
Right.
We're going to get
there.
there.
But I'm just saying, in the National League.
Don't even put out your World Series because you're cheating yourself. You're cheating yourself. Wait till we get closer.
Why would do it before a game starts?
No,
I don't want to get back in the middle of it.
No, but at least, okay.
Yeah, I'm coming
I know
back
what
in the middle
you're saying. I know what you're saying. Yeah, because then we're gonna come.
You gotta give a prediction now.
Yeah. It's gonna be about next Friday. It's gonna
too
be
late.
Yeah, you're right.
So I mean, I'm just saying I like the Astros to come out of the American League again. National League, I tell you, the Dodgers have been the best team all year. The Braves have been the best team lately, and they're the champs until beaten. We talked about the Mets a little bit. It's going to be tough. I mean, a lot of people are calling for the Braves and the Astros, but I won't go on a limb. I am going to pick my Cardinals to go to the World Series, but I'm actually going to pick them to lose. I am going to pick them to lose where Dusty Baker gets his first World Series.
Oh, wow. You heard him. Sportsbook Jeff, let me close him up real quick.
Right.
Great job as always, buddy. Great job. He's coming back tomorrow, so y'all ain't got to worry about it. Let me close it up. Wild Card Weekend. One of the best times of the year. You get the baseball, we got the football, we got the NBA coming back in. But right now, I love this about baseball. The playoffs, there's nothing like the playoffs. And now with this new 3 game instead of 1 game, even though I'm not too fond of every game being at home for one team, but you have the better record, you earned that, you deserve that.
Hey, I just got the call. Not so fast. Pujols has hit the train track at Game 7. Cardinals at 7.
So listen, real quick, no disrespect to the New York Met fans. Maybe I'm wrong. I just don't have a good feeling about this series. I don't like where the starters is at. DeGrom and Scherzer are older, especially Scherzer. You gotta be 100%, man, especially with these Padre hitters. Padre got stick all through the lineup. I mean, look it up. Go to the box scores. Go to the last a week ago and just hit their box score when you see Will Myers and you see all these Machados and I mean they are so effing deep. They got the Korean guy over there. These guys got some fucking hitters, and if they turn it up, I mean the Mets lacking hitters, and if they pitching ain't up to par. You do the math. It ain't about love. It's about reality, man. It's about fucking reality, man. The raw truth. But that's not to say the Mets can't win. I just don't buy it in. I'm not buying into it. Jeff's not buying into it. And I'm going to have news about my Yankees when the Yankees come up next week. I'm not feeling too good about my Yankees situation. Because how we do it in Vegas, we follow the money. It's beyond just picking the better team. You think I'm out here in Vegas and I ain't got the fucking the combination of Salem's Lot, nigga, I don't learn some shit out here. This is where it's at. This the Mecca. This the Mecca. If I'm out here and I ain't learned shit, what the fuck am I out here for? You tell me. And with that, hold your heads. I gotta save some energy for tomorrow. Open sessions and giveaways. Here go the wild card weekend. Enjoy the games tomorrow. All the games popping off tomorrow in the wild cards, running through Friday, Saturday, and if necessary, Sunday. Love y'all. Tune in tomorrow to the Alyork Sports Show, 6 o'clock Western Time, 9 o'clock Eastern. Tap in. We giving out free plays, NFL, all that shit, NBA. We tapping. As a matter of fact, I'm going to give y'all a double salute. Love y'all. Talk to y'all tomorrow, man. Alyork Sports.